Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Make Your Mark. I'm your host, Michael Carabio with Landmark Title, and AI is no longer a future conversation. We are in the day and age that it is access to pretty much everywhere. And we're already seeing how it's already shaping how business operates inside and outside of real estate, how consumers are making decisions or doing research and how professionals differentiate themselves in real estate. And so today's conversation, I think, is truly important as we navigate not just what this year brings, but also how real estate is evolving. Our guest today is not only an expert on the AI and technology side, but um, he has strategically applied it in some tools and resources that agents can leverage and use and without losing like that authenticity and trust in your business. And so I'm really excited today to just pass on the torch and let our guest Michael Boykin, he's going to be sharing with us a great AI tool today. And man, the stage is yours, brother.
Thank you. Michael. It's a pleasure to be here with you today, and thank you so much for the invitation.
Of course.
We've got a lot to unpack here, and I'm tasked with showing a little bit about artificial intelligence, where the market is going in the next 45 minutes. So hopefully, I've got some good content for you and the audience as well. And so
Yeah.
we'll see if we can pack this in a little bit. I've got some really cool things to share. To your point, Michael, the artificial intelligence is moving at such a fast pace now that we've got to literally try to keep up with where the market is at and what's going on in the real estate, market itself. It's quite complex and pretty cool. Michael, just want to quickly check if you can see
Yes.
my screen. Excellent. Okay.
You are good to go.
Awesome, awesome. Give me 1 second to get some things arranged here on my end. So today we're going to be talking about AI foundations without fear, what every real estate agent should know. And like I said, I am really excited to talk to you about removing all of the mystery and fear around artificial intelligence in about 45 minutes. I am a licensed real estate broker here in the state of Arizona. I've been licensed for about 14 years, but by trade, I am an IT professional. And here's my background, a little bit about me. So you can see that I've got three basically degrees in information systems, notably my second graduate degree in AI from ASU in AI and business, and it really covers how to effectively integrate artificial intelligence within the market. But I bring a unique experience as the founder of Kairos IQ AI. We are a startup firm that deploys agentic AI technology in the marketplace. And so, today isn't really about selling you anything. It's about showing you what's already here, to Michael's point, and how you can use it safely within your real estate business. And just to start off, a lot of people ask, Mike, what is Kairos? Kairos is, why did we come up with the name? It's Greek for the right moment or the perfect timing. And it's really talking about like the supreme moment where we bring in artificial intelligence with data and how do we present that information to customers at the right moment. But in the next hour or next 45 minutes, where we're going to help you learn is what AI actually is in plain English and what you're probably already using without knowing that it's AI. One tool that could transform how you serve buyers, and then we'll do a quick demo to see it live. And, don't be afraid of artificial intelligence. It's just something that's new. 20 years ago, a lot of folks were concerned about the new Apple PC that was launched. I remember back in fifth grade when Apple came out with new computers, it was just like, wow, this is new. We went from word processing to actually working on the machine. So, technology continually advances, and the longer we live, of course, we're going to see technological advancements. So, we're going to also talk about a little bit how to protect your license while using AI as well. So let's talk about what AI really is. AI is simply software that recognizes patterns and makes predictions. That's really it. If you think about like we use that in the market today, we are all familiar with Zillow's estimate that uses machine learning. algorithm. We've got Open Door Offer Pad where you can get instant offers using their algorithms. That is part of the artificial intelligence family. But AI is not really conscious, right? It has no feelings. It doesn't have any motives. It's really a powerful tool that needs human guidance. And your role, you're not competing with artificial intelligence. You're actually the one who gives it purpose and direction. And so it only works when you communicate with AI. I want to share just quickly an AI family tree that I developed to kind of explains that artificial intelligence is really not just one technology, it's a combination of many technologies. For example, if you think about artificial intelligence, it's just systems that mimic human intelligence, right? And it has machine learning baked into it. These are complicated mathematical calculus type equations where, you can do some predictive modeling based on data. So we always say, we can predict the future by looking at things in the past, right, with data. Even especially is true with the real estate market. How does home prices correlate with the interest rates? We all lived that experience a few years ago when we had quantitative easing and interest rates were near 0 or 3%, should I say, in the market. And what happened to home prices? They went totally up, right? They increased substantially. What happened when the interest rates hit 7 or 8%? Prices stabilized, and in fact, they actually came down here in the Phoenix market. So, looking at those type of things, that is really what machine learning is all about. Now, NLP, natural language processing, that's really the ability for machines to understand language, right? And we all see this now with chatbots and the large language models like ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, right? Anthropic Claude, my favorite. Computer vision, that's another piece of artificial intelligence where we look at computer vision. If you drive a vehicle that is self-driving, let's say like Tesla Autopilot that uses computer vision, or sometimes your backup camera where it's like object detection, that is part of computer vision. That is also artificial intelligence. So we actually use this a lot within our everyday lives, but we just don't realize it. But a lot of people, for some reason, are scared of AI. But they don't realize that, Alexa and Siri are also a smaller version, what we call weak AI. But ChatGPT has been revolutionized the way the market produces content by natural language processing, which is amazing. And then predictive models, we talked about that a little bit. That's all about forecasting and risk assessment. Most notably, I always think about the Federal Reserve. I went out on their website and they have disclosures about how they use artificial intelligence. They actually use machine learning models to predict where they should bring interest rates. They predict market movements and different factors. So it's pretty cool that our government actually uses artificial intelligence as well. So like I said, you already use and trust AI every day. You use this dozens of times a day. You don't even realize that you're using AI because no one really says, "Hey, this is AI." But in reality, a lot of the automated tools that we use is actually is AI in nature. Here's a really cool one that I wanted to put together regarding, AI that you trust every day. And this is really facial recognition, right? How many times, Michael, for you as well? I don't know if you have an iPhone or an Android or what kind of device, but if you have an iPhone, I've got an iPhone that uses Face ID. I believe the Androids
Yep.
also have Face ID, right?
Yep.
Sometimes our computers as well. My Lenovo laptop uses facial recognition to make sure I am who I am before I unlock the computer. We also have like AI with email spam filters, right? Like, can you please tell me out of the 30,000 emails that I get spam, that just mark all of them as spam? I don't know about you guys as real estate agents, but we get spammed a lot, especially those spam texts about, hey, are you still a real estate agent I'm looking for an investment property. Those are all typically spam type messages. We talked about GPS navigation. I have a Tesla. I love the autopilot feature. That is basically AI on steroids, pretty much. It uses computer vision. They got like 7 or 8 cameras in the vehicle where it's constantly monitoring the road, making sure that I'm safe as well. Most importantly, one thing that I hate when you're out on vacation and you're trying to use your credit card or your bank card, right? The banks are really, really good at detecting, hey, you're Michael, you're out in Beverly Hills shopping on Rodeo Drive, right? That's not typical. of our behavior. So, your credit card or debit card may be flagged. And that is machine learning basically using artificial intelligence to make predictions that this is possibly not you if you traveled to another state within the last few hours. That is also a part of artificial intelligence. Media streaming, that's pretty cool. Like think about like Netflix, right? Like I am the person that loves like an action movie, 007, Born Identity as an example. I love those kind of movies, and my streaming suggestions and recommendations always comes up with those type of recommendations. So I want to talk a little bit about some myths that I hear in the market regarding artificial intelligence. Will AI replace real estate agents? And I think, Michael, I think to answer this question for the audience, I think that our tasks may be replaced by some of the things that AI can do. Right. So here's some AI myths that I hear in the market. AI is going to replace real estate agents. So remember, you've got to be a licensed agent to earn a commission here in the state of Arizona, right? That is legal law based on Arizona statutes. Here's another myth. AI knows everything. I think it knows a lot, but we've got to make sure the context or prompt that we add into the AI that we're giving it the right information. Is AI always right? No, AI not always right. You got to be careful. There's a thing called hallucination, and we got to be careful how it handles responses. AI understands context perfectly. No, it doesn't. It actually is trying its best to, if you're using like ChatGPT, it tries its best to make assumptions or predictions about what you're asking based on your prompt. But here's the reality. AI is going to assist agents increasingly. Like the AI is just like beginning in the market to be deployed to assist real estate agents and the public. AI only knows training data, and this is so true because AI is only as good as the data that it has. The reason artificial intelligence has grown to the degree that it has today is because it loves data. And so, as much that AI can make connections with the data, the better outcomes and responses it will provide based on contextual awareness. AI does make mistakes, it hallucinates. It sounds right because the question that you may ask AI, like ChatGPT, it is going to look at pattern recognition, so it's going to predict what it thinks the next word will be. So it's going to sometimes make mistakes and hallucinate, but AI does need like human guidance as well. But I can tell you what I do know. For us as a real estate agent, I don't believe AI is going to replace us as licensed real estate agents because AI can't build like first time home buyer, anxiety. Like they may be scared about buying a property. Or Michael with Landmark Title, like, you need a real estate agent to explain the title commitment. Landmark Title does an amazing job, giving agents support and tools for us to succeed. But our customers need a human to be able to explain what the process is. Where do you turn in an earnest deposit? What's on the closing disclosure? What is on the final settlement sheet? AI can never hold a seller's hand through a through divorce sale. Those are always, difficult sales, for us real estate in the real estate community. It can never navigate complex negotiations. We've all been there. AI can definitely give us some advice or maybe some assistance, some guidance on different scenarios, but it's not going to replace the human touch. AI does know a lot about the Phoenix market, believe it or not. It's trained a lot on the Phoenix area market, but it doesn't understand local market nuances. I would say zip codes are all specific location, 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 but then we also have submarkets within zip codes. And can AI pick up on those subtle nuances? And lastly, AI definitely can't make ethical decisions, right? And so ethics, when you talk about ethical situations, we need an experienced real estate agent to be able to show, and for customers what that looks like. But here's the current reality check, and let me show you what clients are already doing, right? They are already accustomed to doing property tour evaluations. They're already using like Rocket Mortgage AI pre-approval, right? Like we always see the DU underwriting. That is artificial intelligence. Customers are already accustomed to using AI. The seller instant offers that We compete in the market, Zillow, Zestimate, Open Door, OfferPad, Redfin, all those companies where they do instant offers, they are using some type of technology. But the market, and I don't know about you guys, but I am constantly using ChatGPT to do my own research. I don't Google a lot of things. Michael, how about yourself? Do you Google more now, or do you use ChatGPT mainly for your research?
I use both, but definitely more ChatGPT for sure, especially when I'm um putting, detailed emails together or like right now, for example. Here's a great tool. I'm gonna give you guys a great tool real quick. I use a device called Plod, and Plod helps me with my meetings to record and break down all the information that we discussed, and then it breaks down it into notes. And then how I use it is I take those notes, and ChatGPT just puts together things a lot more clearly compared to what Plot is giving me. And so I use ChatGPT to kind of structure things to either put into my CRM or to get back to or do a follow-up email with the client that I just
Right.
had the meeting with.
That's awesome. And that saves a significant amount of time, doesn't it?
100%, yes.
So imagine putting that type of technology, for licensed real estate agents, right?
Yep.
And I always say now, like, people are using ChatGPT and increasingly, more and more so, especially like consumers, right? Everyone's using. It's amazing to see how many subscribers ChatGPT has amassed to over the last, couple years. But let's talk about like some of the AI tools that agents are typically using today. And I know people in the audience, like you said, that even yourself, you use ChatGPT. But we're going to break this down a little bit in kind of three segments. Let's talk about the first one. How many hours do you spend writing emails or text or listing descriptions? And so, here's a quick prompt. I'm a real estate agent working with a customer that's approved for 600 grand. We saw 5 properties yesterday. Can you write a description or for a follow-up? And so ChatGPT does a really good job of, sending out quick, emails. Now, I think I'm a good writer too, Michael, but I'm telling you, the older I get, sometimes I just don't have a lot of time. So like AI can like, hey, this is what I want to say. Can you just write this quick email for me so I can send this to the client and make sure I'm giving the best service that I can? But that's not the focus for today. Like we all are familiar with how to do that, but just for some folks who are watching the podcast, I wanted to show if you're not using ChatGPT, sign up to get one of the free accounts or maybe get your paid subscription to
Yeah.
start using the tools.
And one thing, just to chime in real quick, one of the
Yeah.
things that I've learned and continuously learn is there's a feature where you could speak to it, and I think speaking to AI, some people may feel kind of weird about it, but that's how it gets to know you and how you usually respond to clients or how you just deliver a message. And so that's something that I usually do rather than type stuff in, because that way, when I am trying to draft something up, it sounds more like me and not like AI itself. And then I could just go in there and, chop up a few different words if I really wanted to make it more personalized, right? Like myself. But that's something that I learned that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I usually talk to ChatGPT in the car. When I'm like going to showing appointments, like, hey, let's
Same.
work on this. What do you think about that? You're absolutely right. So it is an amazing feature to use. And I've got a special for you, Michael, here in a couple more slides. I want to show you some cool voice features that we've launched in the product too that I didn't share with you the other day.
Nice.
So I totally agree. Now, one thing I think a lot of agents are missing out on, here is a vacant listing where, I've got to put this home on the market as an example, and here's a photo of, vacant property. So how are we going to be able to use artificial intelligence to show visuals? And just look at how cool this picture looks. The staging, right? Like we pay some tech photographer like $20 a photo, and folks don't know with your $20 Chat GPT subscription, you can generate some cool virtual staging professional pictures. And Michael, what do you think about this? You can't really tell that this is virtual anymore. Like it's getting really good.
Yeah, it's pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it. Let me go back to the picture. I didn't realize, but I think there it was trash day. So there's a. Let me see if I can bring the
And
highlighter
you
pen.
and you could tell like, okay, so
Yeah.
this may be a professional picture here, but obviously you could tell the walls are a little dirty, but it's crazy how the AI kind of brings the lighting back to life in the room.
Yeah, you can see the subtle, right?
Yeah.
The blinds are the same almost length, right? It's amazing. They even I did now this is just with one prompt. I just say, hey, can you staged the living room, right? And just one prompt, and it took that photo and totally made this photo. What about this? Here's a primary bedroom before staging. So notice the size of the room. It is a small room. I didn't realize that the blinds were halfway down. So that was my fault when I took the photo. I didn't realize that until this morning, right? And if you can see, he still kept the blinds the same way,
Yeah.
but it was able to do the staging. Like, wow, like it looks really real. I can't tell that it's not real.
Right.
The only thing I could say here that we got to be careful is that the size of the room is smaller in the first picture versus this. But I think this
Yeah.
is a really cool, picture to show that, hey, some agents are just spending way too much money, but we're not taking advantage of the tools that we have today because AI is getting exponentially better. So let's switch gears a little bit. So creativity, I always say that the market is really good about creativity. Is really good with using AI to make better listing descriptions, write emails to our customers. It's really good at photography now. Like the computer vision is getting really, really good with object detection. I mean, it's getting so scary now. But where we're seeing the shift, Michael, in the market is that creativity tools are not contributing to increased sales. And this is where we want to look at the concept of agentic AI. And I know agentic and agent seem so closely related. I don't want people to get confused. Okay, so we're not saying like real estate agent, but in software terms, agentic AI means that it acts autonomously towards a specific goal. That is what causes these models now to become more agentic in nature. Why? Because it makes decisions. And not only does it make decisions, it executes tasks without waiting for prompts, right? It actually understands like, oh, the next step would be this, right? Without us hard coding programming logic. And it operates across steps and channels, right? So once we connect some of these agentic AI workflows, it is able to bring in contextual awareness, is able to connect different things within the market. But most importantly, it does have guardrails and limits with objectives. Now, why is agentic AI so important today is because we are wearing too many real estate hats, Michael. I'm telling I've been doing this for 14 years. I think 15 this year. I got to keep counting here. We're past January, so I think I've been licensed for 15 years now. But we are wearing way too many hats. In fact, there's a recent study from Morgan Stanley that was released last year and they said that AI can automate 37% of tasks in real estate, representing $34 billion in operating efficiencies, according to a Morgan Stanley report. Now, I made this little wheel this is my little AI guy I made with Adobe Firefly. That's another AI tool that you can use to generate content. But we do a lot of these tasks like lead prospecting, client relationship management. We do a lot of marketing, advertising, showing properties, negotiating properties, negotiating offers and contracts, managing paperwork, right? Market analysis and research, coordinating with other professionals, CE compliance, administration. So think about like all these tasks that as a licensed real estate agent, what actually can be automated. So think about like, when we get a customer today, how many real estate agents have clients that say, "Hey, I want a home with a good school, a big kitchen, and the backyard for the kids, somewhere around 500 grand." And what we typically do is go right into the MLS, which is old technology. We set up a general filter, put in the city, the price point, the bedrooms, and now we've got a curated list of 500 properties, and we send this link to the client, and it doesn't have any other ones that they really like. And some of our clients just get fatigued. So what if your clients could just talk to the MLS? What if they could just talk to the MLS? So in ChatGPT, in real terms, today, I just put this prompt into ChatGPT where show me homes in Tempe, four bedroom under 600,000. And ChatGPT is coded to go out to Zillow, is going to pull information from Zillow, Redfin, as you can see in this example. But what if are consumers going to be more relying on artificial intelligence to find properties? Michael, what do you think? Do you think consumers are going to be more like, hey, let me talk to ChatGPT about my home search?
Yeah, it's already happening now.
That's right. So the market is already shifting into
Hmm.
more of these agentic workflows. And so we created Agent Kairos, not a real estate agent. He's your AI agent that autonomously handles new lead engagement, calling, texting, qualifying, and booking appointments for you. Agent Kairos is an agentic AI layer that operates independently within defined guardrails and lead management. So I am so excited about this type of product because it helps me and my business deliver such a strong consumer tool to the market, and I actually love it. I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. So we have the real intelligence now, and watch what happens when we actually use our own agentic AI that searches MLS with the better intelligence. So ChatGPT just goes to Zillow. Our intelligence is linked to the MLS. So the difference is that we have full MLS access. We have intelligent analysis, which can like answer questions like which has the largest lot, which property is modern out of the list of properties of my initial prompt. Um, it can tell you about what is the best price per square foot. It can answer and help real estate agents with their customers. And think about this, Michael. Really, let me take a step back. Really, the use case here is, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I've got 10 buyers that's looking for a home. And instead of me doing the traditional route and going through the MLS, finding a home, sending them a property drip campaign, we send them an invitation to your own MLS website. Okay, this is your own MLS portal that you can say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Client, take a look at my own AI, talk to my AI, find a home that you're looking for, and when you're ready to shop, just let my AI assistant know that you're ready, and we'll book an appointment. I'll take it from there. The reason I love this, Michael, is because I often find that clients are not looking at properties on my schedule. I get a lot of text messages after 11 p.m. like, "Hey, Mike, I really like this house." And sometimes consumers, and I'm the same. I may not be able to sleep that night, and I'm up on Zillow or another website or the MLS, just looking around, right? Or looking at my own portal. You're just out looking at information, and so you want to be able to have your consumers not go to Zillow. You want your consumers to come to your website and have a conversation with your artificial intelligence so that you can have better outcomes. Now, I'm going to share and do a quick live demonstration of what this looks like um, as well. So let me just pause. Trying to share to see. There we go.
There, Mike.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to figure out how to share the. Oh, I think this is already shared. Give me a second.
If you go to share, there we go. I
There we
think you're
go.
moving now.
Okay, can you see it?
Yep, you're good.
All right, cool. So let's say Tempe, four bedroom, pool under 600,000. So we created our own agentic AI, Agent Kairos. He's trained to look at the MLS and it will show you exactly what you're looking for in the property, and you can see that it's natural conversation. So let's see what it says. Certainly, I understand you're looking for a four-bedroom home with a pool in Tempe with a budget under 600,000. That's a great starting point. I'm searching for properties that match the criteria right now. I found several listings that could be excellent options for you, and it gives you a curated list. What I love about this is that you're not going to see like the entire world of all of Tempe, right? If you already established like, hey, I'm looking for a home for $600,000, you'll be able to look at the map search. You can pull up the listings as well. You can see the description of the home. Now let's take a look, Michael, to see if it actually pulled up what we wanted. So we wanted a home under 600. We wanted a home with a pool. There's a pool in the back there. Let me scroll back, see if we can get the pool pictures. Yep. So it correctly identified that, hey, this home has a pool, and you can actually save this, and the buyer can save this and send it to their agent. And once it's linked to the agent, they'll be able to see it. So let's ask it another question. Which home is modern? Right? Because a lot of buyers are looking for modern options in today's market. So let's see. Based on the 19 properties, it's going to pick which one that is modern. Okay, based on the information, this appears to be the most modern. 1502 East Minton. Why? Because the property is described as beautifully updated with a modern split floor plan. What I love about this product is that it searches the property description as well. And that is one thing that you can't get on Zillow or Redfin or even in our local MLS. You cannot search for descriptions of the property. So we use natural language processing that processes the actual public remarks to understand the characteristics of the home. Or here's a cool one. What is the best option? Right? Because some clients want to know what's the biggest bang for my buck under the 600,000 for the properties that I'm seeing. And so you'll see that our AI system is going to say, here you go, 201 East Harvard Drive because of the price is 540, well under your 600 grand budget. It's the second largest home at 2,600 square feet, offering great value for your money. And three, the bedrooms. It has four bedrooms that you requested, and the location is in a highly sought after Tempe neighborhood near rural and baseline. And so this is just like an amazing tool that buyers can use today. And we want to control where the market is using with their home search. This is the key to what we're doing here for our customers. Now, we also have a part of our software package is your autonomous AI team member, which is Agent Kairos. And I'm going to share with you exactly how this works. So give me a second here. Let me play this video or this audio, and I want to show. And Mike, I want to get your input because you were mentioning earlier today how you actually talk to ChatGPT. So tell me what you think about this.
Call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance. It can help you search for properties in Arizona's MLS database. What type of home are you looking for today? I am looking for a home in Tempe, Arizona, four-bedroom, under 600,000. I found several four-bedroom homes in Tempe, Arizona, under $600,000. Here are the top three. One, a home priced at $560,000, offering 1,568 square feet, built in 1988. And two, a home priced at $549,990, offering 1,472 square feet, built in 1961. Three, a home priced at $499,990, offering 1,435 square feet, built in 1958. Would you like to schedule a showing for any of these homes or hear more details about other available properties? Sure, let's schedule a showing. Wonderful. I'd be happy to help arrange that. Which home would you like to schedule a showing for? You can mention the price or any details that caught your attention. The first option. Great choice. I'll schedule a showing for the first option priced at $560,000. What's the best name for the showing appointment?
Mike.
Thank you, Mike. And what's your phone number so our agent can coordinate the showing with you?
602-860-6110.
Got it. That's 602-860-6110. I'll have our agent reach out to you soon to coordinate the showing. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
That's it. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mike. Thank you for choosing Agent Kairos. Have a
Now, Michael, what do you think about that? This is the new wave.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. That's pretty crazy.
Isn't that cool? So we're excited to deploy this in the market here in Phoenix. I think this is like the best solution. It's going to help, think about all the advertisement that we use today. When I do advertising campaigns, I can get over 100 leads in a month, and it's just overwhelming to contact all these leads. So think about how this autonomous agent Kairos is able to see that you have a new lead and that came in through your CRM, and within 5 minutes is going to reach out via phone call and get what the client is looking for and see if they can find more options for the customer. This was just an example for today's
Yeah.
demonstration, but this is live. This is real. This wasn't fabricated. I didn't fast forward the video. You can see that the cadence is sound like a very natural conversation, right? And the goal was not to be salesy. The goal was to, find some properties based on the information. The system sends a link to the real estate agent's website so that it keeps the consumer engaged, the buyer engaged with their own platform, their own URL, and we host the infrastructure for them on the back end. And so that is what the agent AI. Oh, sorry, I was going again. So we've got about 7 more minutes here. Let me wrap the things up a little bit, and then we'll see if we can open it up for questions. So we talked about a little bit free today to understand artificial intelligence. Hopefully, that was a good description of removing some of the fear of AI. These are a combination of a lot of different things. But if you want to dive deeper into more, we always recommend invest in yourself. Take one of our classes for AI Foundations with Fear, where where you understand AI in plain English in a deeper dive. There's only so much that we can cover in about 40 minutes here during today's webinar. But these are deeper dive, 2 to 3 hour courses where you bring your laptop, bring your real estate documents, your home inspection reports. I'll teach you how to use AI effectively within your workflow. And we also, just like the creativity AI for real estate, like we showed about the virtual staging, I'm going to show real estate agents how to do that. Like, how do you bring some of your vacant photos? How do you bring your listing photos? And how do you automatically do your virtual staging? And we are, I believe, the first approved. We have a course from the Department of Real Estate, AI, fair housing compliance with AI tools, understanding algorithm bias, risk, best practices for ethical AI. Really talked about HUD's guidance on AI and housing. And this is ADRE approved. It is a 3 hour course that we'll be hosting here in the upcoming quarter. Now, I do want to talk about some of the pricing just really quick for the solutions that we have for real estate agents. We are offering 1 month free for Landmark Title real estate community. So 1 month free for Landmark Title community where they can get basic CRM access. And I know a lot of agents who do not use a CRM today. And you need a CRM just to keep you organized. This is an AI ready platform that you can already be a part of. And when you're ready to upgrade and supercharge your business, you can upgrade to Intelligence AI, where that is your lead AI coach, where Agent Kairos understands contextually all of your past relationships. It's going to dig into your database. It's going to find opportunities, your past relationships. Like I said, I've been doing this for about 14, 15 years now. It's going to go back 14, 15 years ago and say, hey, Mike, you forgot about this whole group of people back, your first year of real estate, right? And so it's going to go through my emails and figure out where those opportunities exist. And it's going to make recommendations. Hey, Mike, you need to, get in contact with them. Here's what you should say. Here's a couple email templates. And then for agents who are heavy on marketing, where you may be already paying for a virtual assistant, you may already be paying for an ISA, or may have a large team. Agent Kairos is definitely here to help streamline your customer experience through an agentic AI. Basically, what you heard through the voice chat, I think is an amazing opportunity as well. So what I'm recommending for agents, if you want to deploy this on your own personal website, part of that $250, that intelligence AI professional package, if you want to include your AI website, your AI platform, similar to what you just saw, there's a $500 implementation fee. It would typically takes us about 30 days. So we've got to get some approvals from the local MLS to launch this within your own website. But agents get their own branded website, full MLS integration, intelligent property analysis, and lead capture. And if agents want to upgrade to Agent Kairos, as you saw, with that voice call to call their customers that's coming into their CRM database, it will do that in an autonomous way. So I always tell agents, like, stop with the leakages. Clients stay on your website, not on Zillow, Redfin, and all the other. We can't compete with big tech as a real estate agents, right? They just have the capital and drive the traffic, but we need
Right.
to keep clients on our own MLS sites so that we can control our own business and not lose to some of the big tech firms, right? Um, Real estate agents have positioned themselves as the AI assistant, and it is available for 24/7, as you saw. And really quick, I am launching a book here on Friday. It will be published on Amazon. Take a screen print of it, AI Without Fear, a practical guide for real estate professionals. So if you want a little bit more deeper information on these tools and techniques, like I said, there's only so much we can cover in about 45 minutes, but you can go out and grab my book that will be published on this Friday. And it's really talk about artificial intelligence, how it relates to licensed professionals. It's just not real estate agents either, Michael. I've got some examples for escrow, title, and
Mhm.
also lenders. Okay, so the book is actually written for three audiences: lenders, real estate professionals, and title escrow folks. And again, this is just a little bit deeper dive. Not that I'm here to try to sell books here, but I think it's a good read for people who want to dive a little bit deeper into it. For agents who want a little bit more, again, there's a lot of features built here in the product. I can't share everything in the short WebEx here within our time period, but scan my QR code, book a demo with our organization. We will schedule an appointment with you to look at your real estate business, figure out how you can deploy agentic AI workflow in your own book of business, because the future is here and we are here to deliver intelligence at the right moment. Mike, I'm gonna turn it back to you, man. I hope this was I said a lot there in 45 minutes. What do you think about the Agent Kairos call? That was like pretty awesome. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, no, it's great. And we've also discussed prior to you jumping on here, one of the goals that we have here at Landmark is to do some in-person stuff with Mike and, just getting to pick his brain a little bit more and how we can do some implementation on our end and all of our own businesses, right? For you agents and lenders that are out there. Um, I do want to show you guys something real quick. Speaking of classes and trainings, Mike, if you could take off your host option so I could share my screen real quick. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate that.
Did that work?
Uh, hit participants and then click me and then take me back to host. It should
Oh,
work.
I got it. I see it. Awesome.
Perfect. Okay, so just real quick, I have been working diligently in the back end with Landmark just to make sure that every single one of you are updated with the things that we have going on for each month when it comes to classes, trainings, and events. And so if you go on our website, and I'll share it with you in a second, we have an escrow 101 coming up. We have another CE credit class, AI for realtors. Um, a fingerprinting event. There is an announcement through the whoever is in charge. I forgot what the name is in charge. She wants all the agents that haven't had their fingerprints updated to do so. And so we've been actually hosting quite a few of these this month. So make sure if you haven't updated your fingerprinting, make sure you do so because it's part of your licensee and you don't want that taken away. I'm putting on something for the ladies. Go show your brand some love. It's a pretty exclusive event over at our Biltmore office, so really excited for that one. We got our Moon Valley tours and Biltmore luxury tours near the end of the month. And I'm going to be constantly updating this. So maybe you save our events page, which is right here. You could find it here at ltaag.com/events, or you could just scan the QR code. And honestly, this is just a way for us to um, show you guys that we take our partnerships seriously, right? We are in the thick of it as much as you are, just trying to stay educated and provide value to you. And then when it comes to the escrow side and the title and escrow side, of course, we are your dedicated closing team. If you haven't worked with us yet, please give us an opportunity. Send us your next escrow, and just let us know how we can help and support you. We love feedback on not just make your mark on these calls, but also the things that you're seeing in our industry, the topics that you want to learn more about. So, with that being said, if you have things that you want to share it with your business development manager, share it with myself, and just help us grow as much as we want to help you grow. All right, guys. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you again, Mike, for the time today, and we're definitely looking forward to doing some in-person classes with you.
It's my pleasure, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's get it on the books.
Yes, let's do it, bro. I'll make sure Keith gets you taken care of.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All
Talk to
right,
you
bro.
soon.
Talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye now.